Welcome back. Well, the equity market got a little wobbly on the mid-cap index. Let's actually see the Nifty as well. A quick, taking stocks. Nifty's fine. It's the mid-caps where we got a bit of a sell-off. Let's take a look at now what's happening in commodities. We have Manisha joining in. Manisha, what are you tracking this morning?
Well, I'm looking at overall metal as a sector. I mean, we've all been talking about on how gold is trading at an all-time highs, but within the metal space as well, what is really giving tough competition to gold has been the copper prices. Very strong gains onto that one. Let's talk about the macro first, and the US Fed projected slow growth and higher inflation, and we've seen some bit of a buying come into tangible commodities because of that. And then apart from that, there also have been statements from Powell saying that they're not in a hurry to adjust borrowing cost yet, but also said that they're waiting for greater clarity here, but also said that the US Fed could be looking at 0.5% of an increase in interest rates by the end of this year. But let's take a look at copper right now. And even as these statements were coming in, you saw the copper prices gain up by more than a percentage point. So when you look at week-on-week basis, we've seen copper prices gain up by 4%. It's up 13% in last 1 month. And in this year until now, we have gained by 28% for the copper prices. So very strong gains. This is more than what gold has done, more than what silver has done, and more than what various other commodities also have performed in this year until now. So when you look at the spot markets, we have seen that reflect supply tightness. That is because there's a lot of buying happening on LME in Europe and especially in the US markets there. Inventories on LME and Shanghai have continued to see a decline, and the only one place that you have seen inventories actually gain up has been the US markets there. China's special action boost that we saw come in on Sunday also has led to a lot of sentiment buying. The consumer spending in China is expected to gain up with the kind of stimulus measures China is putting out, and that in turn also has been supportive. But you really need to see on what US is doing when it comes to copper. So we are hearing this for last month now, that US could potentially impose tariffs on imports when it comes to copper. Now, US imports nearly 45% of its copper demand, and US copper at this point in time is trading with $1,200 a ton of a premium to anywhere in the world. So US copper is expensive at this point in time. Also, when you look at the US copper imports, they are near all-time highs. So the all-time high that we've seen in sense of imports in any month in US has been 132,000 tons. But there are reports that Trafigura, Glencore, Gunvor Group are redirecting a lot of copper to US from Asian and UK markets there. So that clearly has been supportive. Also, there are expectations that in this month, 100,000 to 150,000 tons of refined copper is being shipped to US. And that is what is commanding premium. That is what is taking the prices on the higher side as well. The markets do believe that we are trading very close to all-time highs when it comes to copper. And if these numbers continue in sense of copper being shipped into US, you could be looking at all-time highs not too far away in sense of copper.
All right. Thank you very much, Manisha, for that. So that's metals and copper in focus. Well,